Nikocado Avocado may have just pulled off the biggest hoax in internet history. For years, people thought they were watching a man self-destruct, the weight gain, the public meltdowns. While all of this was going on in front of our eyes, behind closed doors, he was secretly orchestrating a genius master plan. Dr. Disrespect's return has reignited the internet, but this time he's back to clear his name and expose Twitch's plans to destroy his career after rumors of him sexting an underage minor leaked. All this and more on today's episode of Things I See on Twitter. We're going to be starting off with Nikocado Avocado. After disappearing from the platform 7 months ago, he would drop a video titled 2 Steps Ahead. Now in this video, he goes on to reveal that he has lost over 250 pounds since his disappearance, and reveals to us that all of this was just an elaborate plan, that he just fooled the entire internet and everything was just for the cameras, was just for show, and he was just playing a character the whole time. According to him, this was just one big elaborate social experiment.
It's been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. It's to observe all these unwell, unbalanced, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories, in search of ideas, of conflict, of rivalries, where people feel involved with the stories and therefore become product of influence, spoiling their minds.
He would basically go on to talk about how addicted people are, the internet drama, the online addiction, how everyone's just addicted to views, clicks, headlines, all the shit that everyone already knows. He didn't say anything new, alright? Everyone knows that drama sells, everyone clicks on controversy, everyone already knows these things. So he would just go on to point the obvious. And he was basically telling us his plan in front of our eyes, and no one was really paying attention. He said in older videos that once he hits 30, he's gonna lose all the weight, and he turned 30 2 years ago. He's basically been saying this to us for the last 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty smart. What he's done is a very smart move. This is honestly one of the smartest things I've seen someone pull off on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people fake shit for views, for headlines, but this has to be one of the smartest things I have seen. I'm not gonna lie. I was genuinely impressed. But at what cost? Because at the end of the day, although he's lost all the weight, he's still done irreversible damage to his health. Walking around at 400 fucking pounds, he's still done irreversible damage to his health. There's no denying that. His organs were working on overdrive for the last 5 years. He was redlining his organs for the last 5 years. So for a lot of people to sit here and think that what he done is so incredibly smart, while it is smart, there's no denying the fact that he still damaged his health for views and money at the end of the day. And I know you can counter it by saying there's a lot of people who damage their health for free, at least he's getting paid, to which I can't even argue, you know what I'm saying? That's a pretty good point if people are going to say that. Like, yeah, he damaged his health for money and people do it for free. But I still think there might have been better ways to go about the whole thing. Now, a lot of people are questioning the weight loss. Did he lose the weight properly? Did he actually diet the weight off? Did he exercise? Or did he just do weight loss surgery? Or did he use Ozempic? And obviously we don't really know. It's hard to tell if it's surgery or if he actually lost the weight legit. But he was gone off YouTube for like 2 years. He recorded videos ahead of time that he would have to upload. And I mean, his last upload before this was 7 months ago. So, and before that, he just pre-recorded a shit ton of videos that he was just drip feeding the whole time to make himself just seem relevant and seem like he's still just, you know, creating videos and still just morbidly obese. But at the end of the day, this isn't the first time we've seen someone pull some shit like this. There have been a lot of people that just play these internet characters and these internet personas just for views. Look at people like Jake Paul or Logan Paul back in the day, the shit they were doing. At the end of the day, they were also just playing characters on the internet. Flight Reacts as well, one of the biggest reaction channels, he blew up a few years ago as well. Again, just by playing a character. You look at Neon and Jack Doherty recently. What Nikocado Avocado has done isn't unheard of. He's just done it differently to the rest of these people. Most people just say and do controversial shit for the cameras, for views. This motherfucker just became morbidly obese. He almost died for that. You know what I'm saying? He legit died. He could have just one day had a heart attack and not woken up, which is pretty risky. What he's done isn't unheard of. It's not unheard of to fake shit for views, to play a character, to play a persona for views online. People have been doing it for ages now. In his case, I've never seen anyone get to £450 for the cameras just for views. That's some dedication right there. I've never seen that level of dedication. I'm not willing to get a heart attack for some views, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to look like shit. I don't want to fucking have my gut hanging down to my kneecaps for some views. I couldn't imagine waking up being £450 looking like that. I would kill myself. I gotta respect the dedication, you know what I'm saying? I have to respect the dedication at the end of the day. But there were people that actually predicted this. There were a lot of people that saw this coming.
He's doing it on purpose to make money, and it's all for financial gain. And I do believe that is his planned business model. I think he's smarter than all of us. He's playing 4D chess with the world.
This is all a facade. He understands everything that's going on. I don't even have to be saying this, because the dude's smart. He knows that he's like, that's going to be clipped, it's going to be put up on the internet. He's a smart motherfucker. Like, don't get it wrong. He knows what he's doing.
So you did have quite a few YouTubers who predicted this whole thing, who kind of saw this coming. I still just have so many different questions. So there's still so many holes in the story. If he spent 2 years doing this whole weight loss, how did he manage to stay away from the public eye? How did no one see him and then maybe said something publicly? Does he not leave his house? Which is impossible, because if he's lost weight, he's probably going to the gym. He's probably training, doing things like that, maybe going for a run or some walks and shit. I don't know. Some of these things don't make sense to me. Did he just lock himself in a room? How did no one see him? Was it done legitimately? Did he use Ozempic? But nonetheless, I'm still very impressed with what he's managed to achieve, the way he's managed to fool everyone on the internet. Pretty smart. And he made a fuck ton of money doing it. So I can't even hate. I really can't even hate. At the end of the day, he made millions of dollars by being a fat shit. He made millions of dollars. There's people that are fat shits for free. You know what? I can't even hate. Fair play. Do what you got to do. Get your money up. And it looks like he's still continuing to do mukbangs. So he's uploaded videos on his second channel as well, where he's just doing mukbangs. He's just back to doing mukbangs. I don't really know how that's going to work, how he's just going to continue to do mukbangs and still stay skinny, because it's very fucking hard to just burn calories doing exercise. If you want to lose weight or stay skinny, you have to adjust your diet. So who knows what kind of content he's going to be making, if he's going to just stick to mukbangs or not. Moving on, Dr. Disrespect would go on to make his return. After being banned off Twitch in 2020 and being silenced for years, Dr. Disrespect finally made his return back online. Dr. Disrespect has returned on YouTube after the rumors of him messaging an underage minor. And he would go on to speak about this publicly. He would go on to give us more information. Obviously, at first, this just started off as rumors. Now, he's basically confirmed it himself. And he would go on live stream and speak about this, clearing up a bunch of information. Now, he would go on to say that yes, he did talk to an underage minor, a 17-year-old girl. And perhaps maybe some of those messages were also on the inappropriate side. But he states that his ban from Twitch is still unfair and unjust. Now, in this whole thing, Dr. Disrespect would still fail to give any evidence for his innocence. He would go on to say that while he did message a 17-year-old girl, and while some of the messages were perhaps on the more inappropriate side, that he did not sext a minor, according to the definition, since technically this Twitch user that he was messaging was of the age of consent in the state. And he goes on to say that there were no like nudes or anything that were exchanged. And he also goes on to clear his name on other things, like the fact that they never intended to meet up and that they never met up in the first place anywhere, as well as saying that Twitch was just plotting against him on the whole thing. Allegedly, the Twitch employees that banned him internally ended up admitting that Dr. Disrespect did not violate any of these laws. The Twitch employees that banned him did say that Dr. Disrespect did not sext anyone, that none of the messages constituted sexting a minor. The Twitch employees did end up admitting this. But again, we've seen no evidence. When Doc was asked to show screenshots, he refused to do it. We've not seen any evidence. It's just a he said, she said situation. And even if we do say, okay, you know what, maybe the Doc didn't sext anyone, maybe there was no grooming, pedophilia, maybe none of that was going on. Why the fuck is a 35-year-old man talking to a 17-year-old anyway? Although maybe 17 is the legal age of consent in wherever the state is, why the fuck are you talking to a 17-year-old anyway? He was in his late 30s at the time. The person he was talking to was 17. Why are you doing that in the first place? And then you're going to sit there and say, but technically, according to the state, 17 is of age, so that's fine. You shouldn't be talking to someone that's half your age when you're fucking 35 in the first place. It's just strange, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to sit here and try and defend that shit because technically there's nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? I just think it's a fucking strange thing. You're 36 years old and you're married and you're still trying to chat up to a 17, you know what I'm saying? We saw Cody Code go through something very similar just a few months ago, and now Dr. Disrespect is getting caught lacking. Like I said, man, just don't talk to anyone under the age of 18. Like, bro, I don't get what these motherfuckers are doing. I don't get what these cunts are doing. It's beyond me. You're 35, brother, and you're married. You're talking to a 17-year-old, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. These motherfuckers, month after month, there's just a new YouTuber, a new streamer getting caught lacking. Month after month. Just don't talk to anyone under the age of 18. Is that so difficult? I really don't understand. And then to sit there and say, but technically 17 is fine according to the law in this specific state. I don't know. It's just strange, man. It's strange. Even if we give him the benefit of the doubt, why the fuck you still talking to a 17-year-old, brother? You're 36. Why? Come on. So we've still not seen any concrete evidence. And the doc would just go on to accuse Twitch employees of being jealous of him, basically, which is just a far reach. Obviously, he's never going to know why the Twitch employees actually banned him. But to say that you got banned because you're good looking and you're tall as fuck, I don't understand. He's just reaching. He's literally just reaching. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with this cunt. Just say that you got caught lacking. I see, you ain't got to sit there and say, I got banned because I'm tall and good looking. No, you didn't. Probably just because you got caught lacking messaging a 17-year-old in 4K. But if Doc accusing the Twitch employees of having a grudge against him wasn't already ridiculous enough, he would start calling out other Twitch streamers who broke the guidelines and didn't get banned. Now on this point, I actually kind of have to agree with him because we know Twitch has been sexist. We know Twitch haven't banned a lot of people after they have broken the rules on Twitch time and time again. There's just been countless incidents of Twitch favoring one group of people over another. On this point, I do have to actually agree with him. He is right in this sense. There have been a lot of other Twitch streamers who've done just as bad, if not possibly worse things, and they haven't been banned. I kind of can't really disagree with him on that, although I think most of the other points he makes are quite stupid. I think this one is actually pretty valid. But that's the basic rundown of the whole thing. Dr. Disrespect would go on to try and clear his name, but fail to provide any kind of concrete evidence. At the end of the day, he's not going to lose any fans from this, really. You know, there's still people that are going to watch him. He was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. I think most of these people are still just going to stick around and watch him because he's funny and they enjoy his content. So I really don't think this is actually going to negatively affect him in any way. It's very difficult to actually get cancelled. The only way you get cancelled is if you stop making content. That's really it. If you just keep making content, no matter what you do, most of your audience will actually just still keep watching you if they like you enough. You know, we saw what happened with Logan Paul. The cunt filmed a dead body. Now he's more successful than ever, literally, because he just kept on making content. He never stopped. And Dr. Disrespect is going to do the exact same thing. Although he's got caught lacking talking to a minor, he's just going to keep creating content. And after 6 months, no one's really going to give a shit. And it is what it is. He's just going to keep making videos. And the people that like him, they're just going to keep watching his content.